Welcome to Twin Tarot Talk. I'm David.
I'm Gary.
And this reading is going to be on... I always make him do it.
Yeah, so...
He was waiting his turn. He's
so patient. I was anxious to find out what we were going to talk about.
This is like, when you're at the stop sign.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you both come up at the same time.
You go first.
You go first, and they don't move right away, so you reach the cardboard. You're like, what are you doing?
Yeah, or you do the sidewalk dance because you can't.
Yeah, exactly. Because somebody's standing instead of, you're supposed to walk on the right of the sidewalk, but there's always that one person who starts the problem. They're walking on the left. And so you keep going to the right, and they're on their left, which is your right, and you keep going to the right till you're both rubbing shoulders on the wall.
That's right.
Waiting for the other person.
Someone's got to give here. So what were we going to talk about?
I don't know, but thank you for watching this video.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, I wanted to know is will the appeals court in Georgia remove Fani Willis from the election interference case? And then we're going to follow it up with will the appeals court decision push the election interference case past the November trial or the November election?
Yeah. And just some thoughts on that. Back when Trump got elected in 2016, we looked towards our political leaders to Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi, folks like that. It's like, you got to save us. You've got to do something. And they didn't. And then, you look to the Supreme Courts. It's like, can the Supreme Court do something? They wouldn't. So, or the court systems. So in 2020, we voted Trump out. Yes. And put Joe Biden in. And, since then we've had all these court cases that are starting to come up for Trump, but we cannot depend on the legal system or our politicians to save us, because we've seen what's happened with the GOP, especially in the House. It seems like half of the House GOP aren't willing to support democracy.
Yeah.
And, it seems to be too much of an... No offense, my brother is Republican. No offense, but it seems like a lot of the Republican House members don't have a spine to share amongst them. They voted out Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger, and those were like the only two people they seem to have the monopoly on the spine market. Yeah. All the rest of them are a bunch of jellyfish.
Well, yeah. So,
or annelids for all you entomologists out there.
There you go.
So in 2024, we have to get out and vote.
Yep, please vote.
Get like-minded people out to vote and vote for democracy. Gary, again, you're a Republican.
Well, let's just put it this way. I'll vote for the person who has ethical standards, and moral character, and has got the Constitution and the best interests of the United States in his mind.
And the one that likely won't
cause an insurrection.
Yeah, fight the peaceful transfer of power.
And I'm remarkably anti-fascist, even though I'm Republican. So the candidates that's farthest away from fascism is going to really score some big points.
I know, right? It wasn't so long ago that it was a no-brainer for political people. When in doubt, don't support the Nazis.
Yes, well, there you go. In 2024, it's a whole new ballgame.
All right, so let's look at the energy about the appeals court here in Georgia. I want to start off. I just want to get a feel for the energy around the appeals court. Is this a group of people that are law-minded, or is this a good old boys network?
Okay.
So let's see what we got on for that one. Okay, so we've got the Three of Swords. There's a betrayal, a lack of trust. So that's your foundation of the reading. This is not an auspicious start. Crossed with the Ace of Pentacles. Good Lord. It's the best appeals court money can buy.
Ah, good.
And at the foot of it, there's a star woman. Now, this is not the Trump gag, so it's not Stormy Daniels, no. But this is all about Fani Willis. This is about a district attorney who's a rising star, a woman who is she's a force to reckon with. So we can look at it as it's a betrayal against Fani Willis, that we shouldn't even have to worry about this, that the only thing that's keeping this appeal going is the fact that Trump has wealth and power.
Yep.
And is forcing this thing through. But if we were focusing on the energy of the court, and these are the foundation cards, this is not good. We'll see how the rest of the cards come out. How they go with it. In the past is the Four of Swords. Judge McAfee allowed this this three-way, if you will, Fani Willis, Dwayne Wade, and I forget the other Nathan. Nathan Dwayne Wade's a basketball player.
Yeah.
Nathan Wade, Fani Willis, and then I forget the other guy's name now. Anyways, he allowed his decision to stand, but it could be appealed. All I'm going with this is the appeal that he left open, and the appeal is going to happen. Current situation is the King of Wands. This is, okay, but yeah, it's the appeals court. It's a bunch of powerful men who make decisions. Okay, just going to leave it at that. I haven't looked up the makeup of this appeals court, but somehow I suspect it's filled with a bunch of white men.
You think?
Yeah, I just think.
Oh, we got to balance it.
Yeah, so the overarching energy is the Two of Coins.
That makes sense.
Now, for the cynic out there, how much money do we shake these guys down for? They're offering us a big money. How much do we have to compromise our ethics with? The other part might be, does this complaint rise to the level of removing the DA?
Yeah, that's how I took
it. That's how I took it too. Yeah. Does this complaint? No, it's like, or do we lower it? Do we lower the threshold for removing the DA or asking the DA to step down because of the wealth and the power of the defendant?
Yep.
It shouldn't be a contemplation, but this is the real world, and it is. The lesson to be learned is the Five of Coins. This is leaving people out in the cold. It could be, five is about, again, values. It could be about wealth. This could be about lowering your values or abandoning your values.
Yeah.
Now, again, what values are they abandoning? Is it the good old white guys club? You have to abandon that and, let this black woman DA keep going on the case? Or is it looking at your morals and ethics and saying, we got to protect our own?
I mean, that could be Fani Willis and
Mr. Wade being kicked out. That's possible. Judge McAfee already said that one of them had to leave.
Yep.
And Nathan Wade left, so that leaves Fani Willis. The other thought that it could be is the concern that, here's something for you. District attorneys in Georgia are elected positions.
Yes. She's in a heavily Democratic district, so there's a lovely blonde white woman that's going to run against her, but the article I was reading was basically saying, she's in a pretty heavy blue district that's likely not going to gain traction.
Right. So this Five of Coins could be, tossing Fani Willis out or turning their back on their morals and ethics, or it could just be like, hey, you know what? We'll let the voters decide.
Yeah.
They might keep her on and just let the voters decide.
Yeah. I mean, this could also be they're balancing the fact that there's a perception that she her ethics are out in the cold, as it were. Because, I mean, let's face it, that's really not a good optic when you're the boss and you hire your boyfriend to be your special prosecutor on this case. Regardless of whether he's qualified or not, it may be completely legit, but the optics are not good. And this could be simply they're balancing what they would normally do with the optics of what's happening here.
And that Two of Coins could also be the, maybe we don't have to kick her off the case. Let's ask her to step down. Let's ask her to walk away from it. You don't have to be the face of the case. You can be in the background helping out. But, even if she's in the background helping out, she's gonna be a force to reckon with.
Yeah.
Even if she's not the person asking the questions, because I suspect she's got a really strong group of district attorneys there.
You would like to think, right?
If they weren't strong, does she strike you as the type of person who'd get rid of them?
Yep.
If she could. So let's wrap this up here.
Lesson to be learning.
The Tower, bringing the Tower down. Again, is this a good old boy network, or is this a rapid decision with sudden change? To me, no. This could be bringing all the challenges that Trump is bringing to an end, saying, we dismiss it with prejudice. But the Tower is a bit more destructive than that. It's almost like if they could convince her to back off, then they kill any further challenges to the case. Maybe there's a concern that if she doesn't step down, it'll knock the case off its foundation.
Yeah, that there's bias or something.
I don't know. What do you get on that when you look at that? Does that look like a positive card or?
It definitely does look positive. But who's a positive towards? We're asking about
the judges.
The judges.
Yeah, I think whatever decision they make is going to bring a lot of finality. To this. That's probably a way to look at it.
This isn't about Trump's innocence or guilt. This is simply, are they going to remove her? And this is probably some of the consequences of whatever decision they make. Because someone's going to walk away unhappy.
Yeah. If this appeals court is not corrupt, I think that their decision is going to bring these challenges and future challenges to a crashing end. It's like stop wasting our time with
certainly the Tower card would agree with you.
Yes. If they are corrupt, if that Ace of Coins is the sure. I couldn't hear you. Could you speak up a little bit?
Yeah.
I can hear you now.
Yeah, clearly. Why should Justice Thomas have all the anti-vacations, right?
Did you say your name was Harlan Crow, did you?
Yes. Yeah, the thing is that this is a state case. He can't, Trump can't be pardoned from a state case unless it's by the governor of the state of Georgia.
Right. And Kemp, I think, is the current governor of Georgia, and they're not exactly lined up there. Yeah. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, I believe the lieutenant governor of Georgia flat out said, "Don't vote for Trump. He's in it for himself." Mm-hmm. So that lets you know kind of where Georgia is in the play of things. So this isn't like Ken Paxton and Greg Abbott in Texas. This is a bit more. Democratic, shall we say? Like democracy? Don't want authoritarian governments? Mm. All right, so we're going to... Fani Willis, right? Yeah. Okay, so will Fani Willis be asked... Will she be asked to step down? Yeah. Okay.
So we got the energy on the court. The court's...
On their ruling, assuming that if the energy follows the current path, will the court ask her to step down? That would say yes.
Yeah, it sure looked like you're walking away.
I think they would like her to step away from this.
Oh boy!
Bring an end to it. The decision is hers. They're not going to tell her to. They're going to suggest it. Okay. And maybe it's the way they suggest it that gives it some finality there. So there's a walking away in the decisions made quickly. There's like a choice here. The case ends or the case continues. Yeah. Where's the value in it? It's like, can you park your ego for 5 seconds and just say, you know what? You've got other people in the DA's office that can rise to the occasion and take this. Justice is supposed to be blind. You kind of did this to yourself by hiring your beau to work with you. So this kind of aligns with readings I've done on this before, where it looks like they're not going to take the case away, they're not going to kill the case, but they're going to just sort of strongly urge her to walk away from the case and not be the face of the case. It still stays in the district or district attorney's office. They don't have to get brand new district attorneys and start over again.
Yeah, the case just starts up again.
All right. Now the follow-up question is: will it delay it past the elections?
Yeah. Yes, because Trump probably wants to get this thing out of the way.
Yeah, get it all cleared up.
Get this all resolved so that we can focus on the election.
I mean, he's already seemed to have Judge Eileen.
He does that with all of his cases. He just wants to address them with
alacrity.
He just wants to go right after, address them so he can move on.
That's right. No delays whatsoever. Full steam ahead.
Nope.
He's already... Fortunately, Judge Cannon just doesn't seem to be getting the message, and she just keeps kicking that can down the road.
What is wrong with her?
And then there's the Supreme Court delaying that January 6th case.
If they would just give him presidential immunity for everything, this would just all get resolved, wouldn't it?
Yeah, Biden and SEAL Team 6 showing up.
Biden should be in the Supreme Court chambers listening to all of this, jotting down notes and looking very excited.
With a bunch of very dark, tough-looking guys
with earpieces
sitting behind him. It's like, yeah, full immunity, right?
Give it to me.
Yeah, it's like, oh God. Now, just saying that, Biden would never do that. That's just not who he is. But that's what he should do, because that would be the right thing to do.
Well,
what a world we live in. Why did we volunteer to come down at this lifetime? This is stupid.
Well, because we cheer and levity into an otherwise dark and gloomy place.
Yeah, you can imagine. It's going to be real dark times. You need a couple of idiots.
And we're the two idiots for it.
I think we do the short straws. Aren't there other idiots? No. You two are the biggest idiots we can find.
We need someone to step forward.
Everybody else took the 2 steps back.
We weren't paying attention.
It's that tub of paste tastes.
Speaking of not paying attention, what are we throwing cards on?
I don't know. You're reading. Fani Willis. Will this case be delayed past?
Delayed past the November elections. Yes.
We'll do I think we can do a 4-carder on this one.
It's a mystery.
It hasn't yet been decided, but that's not hopeful. Or it could be that it doesn't matter, as far as that goes. Because if you think about it, this January 6th case, this Georgia election case, what's the one person we're concerned about? That we want it done before the elections. It's Trump.
Yeah.
Now, if Trump were to have some, he goes crazy, and it's no longer a viable candidate, do you care? I mean, do you still want to see Mark Meadows and Rudy Giuliani and these other folks held accountable? But now the elections part isn't that big of a deal. Not as big of a deal, because there are people like Lindsey Graham and others that were involved in the plot to overturn these votes. So it's important, but the criticality seems to go down because they're not running for the President of the United States. Yeah. With a viable shot of winning the presidency.
All right.
So we'll see. Queen of Cups, keeping a lid on things. Knight of Wands, slow progression, plans going forward. Ace of Cups, strong emotions. 9 of Coins. It kind of depends on Fani Willis's... This depends on the choices Fani Willis makes. So I'm going to use this card as Fani Willis. This is, the woman with the nice things and things along those lines. I mean, it could be the blonde woman that'll run against her.
No, it could be Melania.
It would be Melania if this was a Trump reading.
Yeah.
This is about Fani Willis and her values and her needing to make up her mind on this. The case will proceed on without her. But this is kind of like, can you keep your ego in check? Just kind of like I hit on that last reading. Yeah. Can you keep your ego in check? She's pissed. Oh, don't get me wrong. She is pissed. And you have angered a black woman.
Well, it's not stereotyped.
I've worked with some black women. You don't want to anger black women. It could be any woman, right? But
fury.
Exactly, and she's got a lot of fury. Yeah. We've seen her testimony. This woman has got a lot of passion. Yeah. She has got a metric crap ton of passion, and believe me, her father, who was a Black Panther, I'm sure has that same passion. This is not fair. This is not right. She shouldn't have to put up with this, but she's a powerful, outspoken woman. And that seems to be the thing that scares Trump and members of the GOP, or at least MAGA anyways. That's what scares them the most.
Yep.
Without a doubt in my mind. So will it delay it past that? It really depends on her decision. I think this case is going to move forward. It's up to her if she's going to check out or not.
She's not happy about.
No, she's not happy about this.
Be emotional decision there.
Yeah. The other thing that's going to factor into this, again, we don't know how the appeals court's going to rule. There's also a bunch of other witnesses that might take plea deals, and the less people you have to try against, the faster you can get it to trial. There's a chance that this thing can happen before the election. there is a chance that this can happen. But I would say 50-50, but I think that's being generous. Overly optimistic. Yeah. This is not due to lack of trying or lack of effort. This really is how quickly the appeals court rules and how they roll. If they say she's okay and she's allowed to take care of this, oh, you better believe she's going to do that. And what Trump if she stays on, what's going to happen is Trump and his cronies are going to continue to bring issues up to Judge McAfee. Yeah. And then it's up to, and that's the other unknown. Then it's up to McAfee to decide if he's going to hear those things and if those things are going to delay the case. Which conspiracy theory is Trump and company going to come up with next? Yeah. And what next? And what next? And what next? And that's why I'm saying, if she can check her ego to say, you know what, I see what they're doing. This is going to delay the case. For the benefit of the voter, I'm going to step back and let somebody else take it. I don't like that. This is not right. It's not fair, but it seems to be the reality we're facing. Yeah,
well, see if her ego can get checked.
What's that?
See if she can check the ego.
Yeah. Do you want to go on that?
No.
One card. Can she check her ego?
Yeah. What is that?
It's the 6 of Cups.
Oh, it was upside down.
It's upside down. So that's kind of naivety.
Oh.
That would be a no.
Yeah. I'm naive.
Yeah. But, or nostalgia on the higher energy. It's like, here's your consolation prize type thing. We'll see. We'll see. Anyways, thank you for watching this video and supporting our channel. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Now, this is for entertainment purposes only. If you like the entertainment, subscribe or put a comment down there. We love to read the comments from you.
Yeah, the comments, the thumbs up, and subscriptions all help feed the YouTube algorithm.
Absolutely.
So that these videos make it out to other people's, hey, if you like this video, check this one out. Yeah. And it helps our channel, so we thank you for that. But it also helps get the message out to some people that might need to hear it.
Yes.
So you're doing social good.
Yes. And you're bringing a little sunlight and sunshine and joy into your day and someone else's day, hopefully.
Man, I don't think our sisters would agree with that.
Oh, no, not back then. Now they do.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, they just think we're weird.
Anyways, have a great night. Thank you for tuning in.
Okay, we'll catch you on the next video. Take care.
Bye.